everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me today. So today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite parts of this book, Limitless Mind by Joe Bowler. Obviously, the whole book is a really good read with lots of insightful stories and research. So I do highly recommend you read the entire book, but I'm just going to highlight 3 of my favorite parts of this book. So if you're interested in finding out my favorite 3 parts of this book, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite parts, and I have a lot of little post-it tags in here to remind me of different parts that I absolutely love. And in my school partnerships, I actually give a lot of parent workshops because I think it's really important that the whole school community, including parents, really understand where maths education is going in terms of transformation and evolution. You know, we want to be able to evolve our practice so that we can prepare our students for this exciting 21st century that's constantly, dynamically changing. So one of my favorite parts is this. I'm just going to read it out to you. So many children grow up thinking that either you can do math or you can't. When they struggle, they assume that they can't. From that point on, any struggle is a further reminder of their perceived inadequacies. Now, the research that I'd like to share with parents is that one study showed that 48% of all young adults in work apprentice programs had maths anxiety. And other studies show approximately 50% of students taking introductory math courses in college suffer from math anxiety. And I think that those statistics are actually quite alarming. And in my travel, I would say that I can confirm there is quite a lot of adults that I meet that actually still suffer from math anxiety based on the trauma and the terrible experiences they had as they were growing up. Now, mathematics learning, of course, we know is supposed to be joyful. It's not a matter of whether you can do math or not. And everybody is able to access, I think, the beauty and joy of mathematics. However, I do meet adult teachers who have been so traumatized that they actually freeze, that they even actually have panic attacks. I have witnessed several panic attacks in my partnerships. That really saddens me that mathematics out of all disciplines has created this terrible anxiety and this terrible fear. So I think those statistics and that research that Joe shares is really quite alarming, and that we should be aware of students' emotional states, especially when they're learning a discipline such as mathematics. Now, another favorite part that I have here is about the science of mistakes. And we all know, I think, as adults, that we've learned so much through our mistakes in life. I think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that mistakes are learning opportunities for us to be able to grow and develop and evolve as humans. And Joe shares this wonderful research by Jason Moser and his colleagues, which extends Carol Dweck's work. She says that Moser and his team found something quite stunning when they looked at MRI technology and people's brains. They looked at the scans when people got questions correct and when they got them incorrect. And the researchers found that when people made mistakes, brains were more active, producing strengthening and growth than when people got work correct. Neuroscientists now agree that mistakes positively contribute to the strengthening of neural pathways. So we want to really ensure that students go through the productive struggle and making mistakes and not always knowing what the answer is at the beginning of their learning journey. We want students to be able to embrace that productive struggle, get used to that, navigate ambiguous situations, not know what the answer is when they're faced with a particular problem, but have the persistence and the resilience to be able to work through that problem. And my next favorite bit, there are many, but I'm only going to share 3 with you this week. So my last bit is about ways to encourage brain communication and development. And this is on page 109. And Joe talks about how we can reframe questions rather than just giving worksheets of drill and kill, I call it, but perhaps posing an answer and then asking students, what question do you think that they could come up with that would give that answer, which is a lot more open-ended. And she has a lot of really nice prompts here. She says, can you solve the question with numbers? Can you solve the question with visuals that connect to the numbers through color coding? I think color coding is really important. Can you write a story that captures the question? Can you create another representation of ideas, such as a sketch, a doodle, physical object, or form of movement? And so really reframing how we ask students to navigate questions or to critically think and problem solve by rethinking what kind of prompts we would actually ask them. So again, this is an absolutely wonderful book. If you haven't read it already, I highly recommend it. Thank you, Joe, for writing this book and really for everything that you do to try and eradicate the world of math anxiety and to bring joy and engagement and motivation to mathematics lessons. So thank you so much for joining me again this week. I hope to see you next time.